In those early weeks, I heard from Penn State's many constituents through more than 5,000 emails and letters and hundreds of phone calls and personal contacts. People were shocked, upset, concerned, disappointed, and yet supportive of the university. Meanwhile, as the story played out in the media, in alumni circles, and in every corner of our campuses, voices that had remained silent for many years began to speak up. Victims of child abuse wrote to my office. These individuals were abused by family members and acquaintances. Indeed, only 10% of sexual abuse is perpetrated by a stranger. They were part of the chilling estimates. 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 10 boys are sexually abused by the age of 18. The majority of those victims will never tell anyone, even if they've been asked. The letters were powerful, expressing bottled up pain, shame, and struggles these individuals have lived with over many years. For some, this was the first time they had shared their story. Another has written regularly and met with some of my top administrators to collaborate on ways to help victims of child sexual abuse. I found these stories to be heartbreaking, but I also found hope in them. Those who wrote were entrusting their stories to us, and more importantly, they were looking to us to help tackle what is an insidious, hidden, and epidemic issue. They still believed in our capabilities, even as we wrestled with our own despair about what had happened. Their issue became our issue, and we resolved to move forward by using all that is right about Penn State to take on this nationwide problem of child abuse. And we resolved to do it by doing what we do best, that is teaching, research, and service. Beyond that, we have something even more powerful, our student body. Within the first days of the crisis, it became clear that the students weren't going to wait for us to lead them. They were moving forward with unity and a constructive energy that's been inspiring to all of us. Here are just 2 quick examples. By the end of the first week, student leaders had organized a candlelight vigil on the Old Main Lawn to show support for the victims of child sexual abuse. Thousands of Penn State students and community members joined together in the stillness of a cold, dark night to remind others that at the core of the issue we faced were children who had been gravely harmed. The following week, graduate students Laura March and Stuart Shapiro helped mobilize the Penn State community with the goal of raising awareness and funds for combating child abuse. Working with a tight timeline right before the Nittany Lions were to play their first football game in the aftermath of this tragedy, Laura and Stuart organized the first annual Blue Out to represent the color of ribbons worn in support of child abuse awareness. This year was the 2nd annual Blue Out. Together, they raised $126,000 for Prevent Child Abuse Pennsylvania and the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Rape. Laura and Stuart, please stand for a moment so we can recognize you. Thank you. Penn State alumni have also shown their support, raising nearly $550,000 for RAIN, the country's largest anti-sexual violence organization. Those are just a few examples of many acts, large and small, that were organized and carried out by Penn Staters.